Hey, sisters and brothers in Christ. It is the Jesus Influencer yet again with another story. I have no idea, but I'm just so comfortable like in my car doing all my testimonies. Maybe because like it gets kind of loud where I am. 2 dogs, a little one. It gets pretty loud, but then I have like noise control in my car. Granted, I have no idea if somebody's gonna mow the lawn, but I am here again, and it just has been really on my heart for a while to talk about this marriage and divorce. Now, I know some of you guys didn't know that, but been through it. And I kind of want to get it out. I was kind of inspired to do it by Apostle Tony, just to like get it out. So in 2019, and I know I have other videos up about my testimony of coming to Christ. So in 2019, I was just drawn to Jesus, right? So at the same time, I was like hanging out with my cousins so hard. And really just trying to find out who I was as a person. Because I really just did not even understand who I was as a person, right? I didn't have my identity. I didn't know who I was, you know? You guys know the story if you saw it. I was molested. I had trauma that happened to me where I just didn't really know who I was. And I was trying to figure it out through various things of, okay, maybe this is who I am. Maybe this is who I am. So, you know, at this time is me and Jesus on this journey, hanging with a cousin, and on Instagram, which was new to me. So keep in mind, this cousin that I have is, you know, she models for like Fashion Nova and all these other things. That actually was not my reality. That was not my world. That's not something that I was doing at the time. But she kind of like told me a little bit more about Instagram, because I just wasn't big on social media at all. I don't even know I'm posting these videos, because even if people who knew me back in that time be like, she don't know how to use that stuff. Not for real. So with that being said, you know, just taking pictures, and she was just really trying to get me to educate me on how to do social media, how to get the word out, how to tell people, you know, things. So at that time, posting pictures, whatever. And so I get this athlete that slides in my DMs. We're not going to go there. They slide in DMs. It is what it is. If you're an athlete, you know you do. You slide in DM, but it wasn't like, oh no, like, you know, I know y'all do a lot of the flew out things and stuff like that, but it really wasn't on any of that stuff. It was really on some, you know, saw your picture, think you pretty, I would like to get to know you. Sorry guys, the sun is really beaming. So I'm gonna have to close my sunroof. So at the time, after, you know, it's like, you know, I want to get to know you, stuff like that. Of course I did what any girl would do. Let me ask my cousin, because I'll be honest, me dating, ooh, not the best. It's just I didn't grow up that way, you know. You watched it. I grew up Muslim. Muslims don't date. In fact, we didn't do a lot of things. So, you know, just kind of asking my cousin, like, what do you think? What should I do? But really not like pressed on it like that to talk to this person, because I'm so enamored by whoever this Jesus person is. You know, if it haven't happened, it don't. I don't really care. I'm not pressed by an athlete. That just is not my thing. Plus, not to mention, my brother plays in the NFL, so it's kind of like, like, it's just, you're not pressed, you know. So talking to this person, and he seems like a really great person. Seems like they have been through a lot of stuff. Like, they went through a lot of trials and tribulations, and I'm going to educate you as I'm telling you the story. Trials and tribulations and trauma. So again, for you guys who watch me and heard some of the traumas I talk about, this is where that trauma bonding come from, okay? So that's, first of all, that's a warning for yourself. I didn't know that warning. I know the warning now. So, you know, talking to the person, I'm just like, you know, this person could be, you know, a pretty nice person. It literally went from like talking to him sometimes, and this is just the story about the divorce, it's not my testimony about Jesus. But it really went from like talking to him to praying with him. So we would pray every morning, afternoon. If he going to practice, we praying. He getting on that field, or we praying. Honey, he could be eating, honey. Your girl gonna pray. But that's who I am, and that's who I was with, with him. So that's what we were doing. So things quickly kind of like move along. Another warning. In fact, some of you guys as women are going to see the warnings. So I end up really saying like, you know what, we're going to have to meet. And this is all over the phone. We had never met before. He's honestly one of the first people I had like started like FaceTiming. I did not like the FaceTime at all. I probably could count on my one hand how many times I FaceTime a person in my life. I don't know. I just really like connection and being there with you. So as I'm on this journey, he and I decided that we were going to meet, and we were going to meet in Nashville. I actually don't know why we would meet in Nashville. I think he had family live there or something. But we ended up meeting in Nashville, and I remember praying to God, like seriously, y'all. I was like, look, God, if this is not for me, I need you to shut down every door. And I was going to take it. I was cool with it. I wasn't really trying to date anybody. I had just got out of a relationship. Well, no, not just got out of a relationship, but I was out of a relationship, and I was really cool being solo dolo. With this journey with Jesus. I didn't need a passenger while I'm driving this thing to know the Lord. I could be by myself. I ended up booking a flight. We end up booking a flight, and so I'm off to, I don't know if I booked it, he booked it. It got booked. I don't even remember which one of us paid for it. And I end up flying out to Nashville. Before I got to Nashville, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I had the hardest time. Like I literally wanted, I wanted it to be a no, y'all, like so bad that I like waited till the last minute. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to sit here in this Uber, because I was taking the Uber to get there before I get here to this man. But I actually made it on time, and I'm going to tell the truth. So y'all going to see emotions go up and down. So as I get there to Nashville, remember, I've never met this person before, but my heart was like, oh my goodness, this person is so sweet. This person is so sweet. Like I get to meet this person finally. I think we might have been like a month or so, and then we met. All right, so for purposes that I just don't give people's name out like that, whatever, I'm going to name him Carlos. So I meet Carlos, and I'm just so excited. It's not the, like, oh my goodness, like, or you're looking at, how attractive a person is to you, or, any of that stuff, or that he played athlete. It was almost like, this person who I've talked to for so long, and now we meet in person, and I fell for the person that you showed me. The reason why I said that you showed me is because that's who you showed me. So I fell for this person that you showed me, this person who takes care of your family, this person who sacrificed everything for your family, this person who's a protector, everything that I think any person would like. A protector, somebody who's there for their family, someone who's very loving. This is that person. I want you guys to understand, this is not a story of blasting anybody at all. But I'm going to tell the story. I'm not going to blast this person at all. But I want you guys to learn. So when you really don't know the Lord, and you don't know the fruit of the Spirit, I really don't believe you have your discernment 100%. Not 100%. So I meet this person. This person seems like a very sweet person. I mean, y'all, like, very sweet person. We stayed there, and again, remember, I'm new believer. We ended up getting a hotel. No, we did not have sex at all. At all. That was not on the menu for me. Correct. Cake was not on the menu. So didn't have sex at all. We actually laughed and played, and just came to the conclusion that like this us, we gonna be together. So I had to fly back, and it was like very, very sad because I just remember those moments. They were like really, really happy. I fly back. He's end up like later on in the season. I'm working at my job, which is at the state of Georgia. I'm working at my job. I know he ended up getting, and I'm gonna fast forward this to you guys so we can get to this marriage. Fast forward, he ends up getting hurt. I'm like going back and forth. Pretty much, you're just doing everything that you do when you love somebody and you care for somebody. You are willing to roll the die. You are willing to just do what is needed to, be in this relationship. It was to the point where, it was moving so fast that I don't even think I learned the term love bomb until like later. Like going down there, it's like the birthday. We're having fun together for a birthday. It was just really a great thing. But I want to make sure I tell you signs. So people will watch for signs and understand signs. Sign number 1. I know you guys gonna be like, what's wrong with her? She should have known that. No, I didn't date. So sign number 1, there'll be instances where I could not answer the phone. I can't get to my phone, and he would literally blow my phone up. And then when I got to the phone, it'd be like he was just so angry, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, a person just can't get to the phone. Like, chill. Like, what's wrong with you? There was a sign where he had it was like a team meeting or something. That was actually where they were having practice in Indianapolis. And while I was there, like one of his football colleagues was like talking, and he and I had the same background of faith, and we were like talking about it like, yo, that's so crazy, like y'all did that. And he was jealous that me and his colleague had a commonality together, and it was like really weird. It's like we're just talking about the commonality. That's it. Why are you mad about it? But I didn't see that as, like, yo, you might need to like flash that down real quick. I saw it as he just being jealous. It's cute. Girl, let me tell you something. Ain't nothing cute about that. Ain't nothing cute about that. I remember we even had went home back to his place later that day, and he was so angry. And I just had never seen anybody so angry. You would have thought I just sat in this man's lap, bucket naked. He was so pissed off. And so it took him a time, and he finally got over it. Whatever. Now, for time's sake, and the fact I'm writing a whole book about it, fast forward, just a couple of signs. Of course, you got other signs like the family and all the, all that other stuff. You be like, something off about them, or something off about this. And the family's actually like, some of them are really cool. You got cousins like really cool, but you just have signs of things that you will see, and it's just like you just let it roll with the punches. Now, at this time, I want to make this very clear for some of you guys. No, I'm not living a sugar baby pop life. Let me explain this to you. Let me explain to you what a sugar baby pop life is. A sugar baby pop life is somebody who is like, you know how like you watch these shows, Keeping Up with Atlanta. Is it called Keeping Up with Atlanta? I don't even watch this stuff no more. No, it's called Housewives and all the other stuff, and the girlfriends and the boyfriends is showering them with gifts. I'm not living that life. I want you guys to know that. I'm not living that life. I am paying to go see this person. So I want you to understand it had nothing to do with money, nothing to do with the fact this person played in the National League. It had nothing to do with this. If I like you, you like me, I want to see you, I'm going to pay. I'm going to come and surprise you. That's what I'm going to do. Because that's just who I am as a person. So Please, it had nothing to do with that. Fast forward, like I was saying. Fast forward, we are together. Another red flag. We're together, and at this point, he is leaving one team, and he's going to another team. And the team that he's going to is out in DC. So now he's in this team in DC. So, you know, we at this point, we together, okay? He's in DC, he's playing, and somewhere down the line, you know, I just love this person so much. You know, we did have some good times. I'm not going to sit here and say we didn't. Somewhere down the line, he got cut. Y'all, it happened. People get cut all the time. It is what it is. Ain't nobody leaving a man because a man get cut. Nobody. In fact, I'm not leaving my man if he loses a job. That's not who I am as a person. So he gets cut from this team. And I could tell, like, you just really made him really, really sad. But while we're in DC, before he gets cut, this man is, like, constantly proposing to me. Like, let's get married. I'm like, let's get married. I'm like, no, I don't think this is a good idea. And I know a lot of women be like, yes, yes, yes. I was like, something about this don't sound right. Lord, something about this don't sound right. And there's something about this don't sound right. It wasn't necessarily like, because it was bad. It just did not feel like that was the right thing to do. It seemed very, like just, I don't even know the word for it. Just random. Just random. Like, look, we got to get to some stuff, okay? Let's be sensible about this, okay? And so, I remember being in DC, and I guess we left almost immediately because I was sitting there visiting him. I ended up packing his bags. I was like, look, we got to go. And we headed back to the A. And he was like, okay, we're going to go to Atlanta. Now, y'all, we didn't have no real deal plan. It wasn't no plan like, I didn't have a plan. I didn't know what he was going to do. I didn't know where he was going to stay. My mind is this person has money. He could stay somewhere. He could do something. Because keep in mind, remember, I'm aligned with God. I'm trying to do whatever the Holy Spirit tells me to do. And I knew shacking was not on the menu for me and this particular person, okay? So he ends up moving to Atlanta with me. And that, I would believe, say that started my own personal hell. So here I am, just kind of like on my own, working for like my job. And now I have this new person moving into my place, which is a 1-bedroom apartment, but it was pretty large. A 1-bedroom apartment, which 2 people could live there, because it was pretty large, and he's moving in. You know, part of me is so happy because I'm like, Lord, we about to make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we about to make it. We could do this. I had been like praying and fasting, so much to the point where when he came down, I could tell he was like really depressed, which I understand. This is something that you do, something that you love. So I think I had did my first dry fast, which is insane, you guys. Not the dry fast, but the fact my first one is for somebody else. My first dry fast for 3 days, not eating, because I wanted the Lord to do a new thing in his life. I was like, Lord, he has to get on with the Falcons. He just has to. We're in Atlanta. It only makes sense. He needs to get on with the Falcons. Well, I ain't going to say when I pray it happened, but I mean, if y'all been watching some of these testimonies, it happens. So, I pray. I heard the Lord tell me that he will be getting on with the Falcons, so I waited for him to tell me. So he tells me, babe, guess what? I'm like, what? He's like, I'm playing for the Falcons. I remember that contract came in. He had signed the paperwork, and I just remember in my mind thinking, wow, Lord, how amazing. Like, we're going to make it. Now, keep in mind, like I said, you have your own traumas, and you have some trauma bonding, and you have a lot of stuff that was going on behind the relationship that was festering, ready to like explode. So he ends up getting on with the Falcons, but he was miserable. He didn't like it. I guess it just wasn't his thing. We could look at any woman or man and look at their craft and think that they're happy as long as they're doing their craft. But if the environment is not good for them, the environment's just not good for them. And I guess the environment wasn't good for him. So he was unhappy, and that happiness ended up spilling into our happy little nest. His car wasn't down here yet, so I would drive him like back and forth from like, and anybody who lives in Atlanta gonna be like, yeah, it's far. I would drive him from Buckhead to Flowery Branch. We would go back and forth from Flowery Branch, and I wish I could tell y'all that it sucked. I just love this man so much that drive was absolutely, it was my time with him. We would like talk about God or talk about hopes and dreams, and like it even made me sad at this point, just what it became. Somewhere between who he was and who he made appear, I literally watched this person die. To this day, I could literally not tell you. I have no idea who this man is, and I am married to the man, and I can't tell you who he is at all. I have no idea who he is. And when I say die, whatever was going on, it died. Because he ain't gonna die, because I'm gonna always, forever, as long as I have breath in my lungs, will proclaim life over this man. And I don't want you guys to, get it twisted. It has nothing to do with like wanting to be with this person, but it's to watch somebody that you cared for just die. I had to watch his hopes and dream die, and it was very sad. Sorry y'all. So there were things he personally wanted to do for his family that just ended, and it wasn't just because of that team that he got on. I could slowly see like he wasn't himself anymore. I gotta keep going because I'll be here forever. All right. So, to watch this person, and and you can even tell it on like he's playing is like, or practicing or whatever. Like, he's just not the same. His attitude shifted. He shifted. He doesn't want to pray anymore. He's tired of God. And that was God's a major factor in my life. And when that left him, all the goodness and loving person that I knew, gone, y'all. It was gone. Now, I don't know what everything was going on for him. Only he knows what's going on for him. But it just, everything, you know how it is when you're in a couple. You talking about things he wasn't happy. And so at that point, I think he was getting definitely like attacked. I got my own theories about stuff, but I think he was definitely getting attacked. And then next thing I knew, he was not playing for Atlanta anymore. So then that was done. But there's always prayer, and you can always intercede for a person. So we went back to praying. Well, I went back to praying because he like, kind of like whatever. Like, I get it. You feel forsaken. So he went back to, just pretty much like trying to figure it out. And he had teens to call him, but it was almost like shackles were on his feet, and that he just didn't have any more fight inside of him. He was just getting kind of tired of it, so he didn't know what to do. I saw him do stuff like he's trying to do a business. I just saw a whole bunch of stuff that he was trying to do. Like, he would be like out of town, and it really strained our relationship because it got to the point where like he would give me heads up about stuff. He wasn't telling me anything at all. Like, I would just come home and he just wouldn't be home. Like, he'd just be gone. At the time, I was also in school. I was in school to be a maxillofacial surgeon. Like that's just like what I wanted to do. At least that's who I thought I was at the time. So I was in school to be a doctor, and I'm taking all these classes that I needed to take in order to get into Georgia region, because they let you know, like, hey, you got some extra classes. I'm taking these classes, but I can't focus because this man is like not home, and I see the way he's moving. I know he's hurt. So I'm like calling his mom, trying to see where he is. I can't find him. He would always come back home eventually. And I was just getting to the point where I was just kind of like really just fed up, because I was like, I don't deserve to be treated like this. This is distracting. I have goals for myself, and I can't focus on my goal because you care about this person so much. So at some point, I feel like, this person was like number one, and I wasn't putting myself first at all. Like, I was going down. It was to the point where, like, even my family was noticing. They was like, look, like, you need to leave this alone. This is not good for you. This is not healthy for you. You're not meeting your goals. And I'm like, no, they just don't know him. And he ended up coming home. I remember at this point, still hanging out with my cousin, but I remember I had like a photo shoot that day, because I was also modeling. So I was modeling. I had a photo shoot that day, and I remember like praying nights before, asking God I said, Lord, if this is not for me, I need you to take it away, because I can't deal with it anymore. When I love, I think everybody knows, when I love hard. I'm there for you. I'm loyal. Whatever you need, I am there for you. So I'm like, God, take this away from me so I can move on with my life. Because I am like I think my family would say, she's kind of like a Joseph. I have dreams, visions. I'm prophetic. I mean, we all know this. And God, like the night before he actually came home, I had been praying. I was like, God, if you let him come home, I'm trying to bargain with God out of ignorance, because I needed to finish reading the book. You don't make God promises. What's wrong with you? You crazy? Just say yes or no. Anything else from the devil. That's what it says. Making God promises about stuff I will do to make him come back home, because I am concerned about him. God gives me this dream, and in this dream that I have, I am literally on a roller coaster. Now, some of you people who don't know me, a lot of you guys who probably don't know me, I hate roller coasters. I don't get the point of being slung from left and right. It just, logically, I don't get it. And maybe one day I'll like them, but in that time, in that hour, I did not like roller coasters. And I'm on a roller coaster, and I'm screaming. And I hear the Lord's voice in thunder. And he says, even if I tell you what to do, you'll do what you want to do. So this is what I'm going to do. And all I see is this roller coaster going up and down and everywhere. And I'm like screaming. And in the natural, like this is a dream in the natural, I'm actually screaming. I had no idea at the time, because of my spiritual ignorance, that that's exactly what I was about to go through, that God had been trying to save me, but I didn't want to pull out because I wanted what I wanted. So what you guys are about to hear, and I know that was a long intro for what you're about to really hear, is the roller coaster ride that I went through with this person. We talk about divorce, divorcing, baby, miscarriage, infidelity, you name it. I went through it. To be this candid with you guys, I know my friends are screaming, half of them saying, finally. And the others are saying, Lord, just let it be well. This is not to do a tell-all. It's because I want people to understand the signs and what God is telling you. And that this is the testimony of now a mother who should have seen signs that she didn't see the signs. But to also for them to understand that you are an overcomer. Yes, married with a baby and then you're divorcing. Or even a mother whom, yeah, you had a baby out of wedlock. that you can overcome. So I'll be honest, you might want to buckle up. So I need you guys to do me a favor. I need you first to like. Not because I need the likes, because by your likes, it goes back into the algorithm so people who actually need to see this video can get the help that they need. So that's one. Two, I need you to, for real deal, buckle up. There's about to be a lot of stuff I'm about to reveal so you can learn. We are overcome by him, the devil, by our testimony and the blood of Jesus. That's how we overcome. So I'm going to give it to you so you can understand some things, because I'm seeing a lot of stuff on Instagram about a lot of people and a lot of things that's going on, and I'm going to give it to you. So women going back and forth, oh, you had this type of dude, you had this type of dude. I had a whole dude that played in the National Football League, okay? So I want all the women to stop right now. Stop being a single mother who had baby out of wedlock against married women. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. So I just need you guys to listen, buckle up, hear the story, share, send it to a friend who actually needs to hear the story and a testimony to be an overcomer. Because I'm going to show you through the story how I became an overcomer through the things that was trying to take me down. Another thing, what you're not going to do, don't judge that man at all. People just be used by the devil. Do not judge that man. I'm not going to let you do it, okay? Buckle up. Part 2.